So the next part, of course, is, and then this is the part the kids are really gonna get into, really dig, is the flowers. Now, first thing is whenever you're working with flowers for children, they don't like the one that doesn't have flowers. So I'm always looking to make sure that there's flowers so that they can take one that's already got flowers. So next up, we can plant in any garden that we might have, but we're gonna do it in containers. So what you can do is you can go small. So painting clay pots is always fun with kids, and they're reusable. So once again, we want our potting soil, which is loose, lightweight, won't compact. And this time, so we've got a couple of alternatives, okay? Because kids are often happy with one flower. So I'm gonna choose a begonia, and you can get seed begonias in a 6-pack at the beginning in spring, and you can grow them on so that at this stage they're a nice size, okay? So when you're transplanting a plant like this that's been grown in a single one, what you do is you put your fingers around the plant to support the stem, and then you turn it upside down, and then what you do, if it's firmly in there, you really do need to do this, but then I tell them to squish, 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 because now what you're doing, squish, squish, is you're loosening the soil from the sides of the plant, from the roots. Then lift off the pot, okay? And then they're gonna do this. Now, I don't need quite as much soil for this guy. You're gonna just gently put it in your container, into your little clay pot in this case, and tell them to put 2 fingers on either side, and so that they can get him in there firmly, and add a little extra soil, like that. And this soil we're not going to push down. He's in there nicely. And now the children have something to take home. It's neat, it's tidy, it's gonna last all summer long, okay? Important thing, holes in the bottom, okay? Because sometimes we love using these kinds of containers. They're kind of cute, they're colorful, but no holes. So kids love to water, and what they'll do is they're gonna overwater and drown it. Okay, so this guy we're not using. But if you can find cute little guys like this, kids just adore it. And of course, if it's girls, pink, absolutely, right? So containers like this are great for being on balconies, patios, because it comes in and it's got a little tray here, lots of holes, and it's just a perfect size for a children's container. So once again, potting soil. And you'll notice I'm not even using my trowel now. I can use my trowel if I want to. And the little kids will diligently use their little trowel, and it will take half an hour for them to fill this thing up, but that's okay because they like doing this, especially the younger ones. The older kids, they're like 4, will probably just do this, but the 19 months olds, they're just gonna take their time because they like digging. All right, so fill it up to about an inch below the container, and you're not squishing it. So if you see the kids start to do this, tell them not to, and tell them to do this, because you don't want this soil pushed down. Okay, so now we can play. So I love plants, like I said, always with flowers on them, and I like plants that will flower more than once. So when you've got one of these 6-packs, you don't do this. You don't pull, because you're going to pull the plant right out, the roots right out. So once again, I tell the kids, squish, 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 and they have fun squishing and squishing and squishing. And now this time, what you do is you put your fingers in between the plants like this, and squish some more. And out they come. Now, most plants that come like this will be a little root bounce. This one's really bad. This one's not too bad. So now what I do is we're going to take out a couple. Okay, so this one's pretty root bounce. So what I do is I tell the children to put their finger in the bottom and then just squish away like this. Okay, and just loosen these roots up. Okay, and if it's wet, they'll go, ooh, it's wet, you know, that's okay. And then at that point, I usually say it's okay to be wet, dirty. Now, take your trowel, if you're a child, and make a hole. And I always say, make sure the hole is as deep as all the roots. And you're just gonna put them in here. Okay, and scoop some soil around so the roots are all covered. And a pot like this can have 3. So let's have this purple one. Love this purple one. He's a nice purple one. Okay, see these ones with hardly any flowers, they're not going to choose these normally. They want to see the flowers. Okay, so let's make a hole. And if you need more soil, get them to add more soil at this point. Okay. And there's room for one more. So a pot like this, 3 is easy. Ooh, let's go for this pink one. So these guys, once again, you're gonna squish a whole bunch. And the kids really, especially if you make them do the sound effects, like squish, 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 or squash, squash, squash. But if they're really root bound like this guy is, you might have to help them a little bit. Oh, here we go. And out they come. So let's go with this guy. Okay. Once again, finger in the bottom. And if you say it enough times, they start to really remember. And now we're going to make one last hole. Put them in here. You're going to need some more soil probably. And now what you've got is a nice full container that's going to bloom all summer long. And it can either stay at the child care center, or it could stay in the community garden, or be on your patio or your balcony. And it's going to be really pretty for all summer long. Okay, there you go.